Yeah.
All
Hello,
right,
everybody.
here we go. We are
Yep,
here
we are back.
live. PCFP. It's starting to roll off the tongue a little bit easier every single time.
PCFP, your
Yeah,
professional casual fans are back.
trying our best to be professional, mostly casual.
Yeah,
Wanted to
we're
record
really
last night, but
professional at being casual.
we are hella professional at casual.
Yes,
Wanted to record last night, but I didn't get home until like 1 o'clock from the John Mayer concert. Superb show, superb. If there's one thing I
absolutely.
have to say about that show, it was superb.
That's what we like to hear.
You do, yeah. Such a wild crowd at that kind of show because you have like people like my age, and then you have like middle-aged women who are like teenagers slash like sort of like 20-something-year-olds when John Mayer was first coming onto the scene,
Yep.
and you have like then there's my brother who's 50. He's probably John Mayer's only fan under 25 years old, which is
Dog,
crazy.
he looks 25 though. He's
He
fucking
does.
6'5",
Maybe that's why he likes
6'6".
him.
Yeah, just massive.
Yeah. All right, we got our pick'em week, or our pick'em episode, where these picks will be valid for a total of about 24 hours. So that's good. Really, we just do this for recording purposes so that we have it online so that people know that what we did. To
Yes,
say that we did
absolutely.
it.
To say that we nailed the shit, or since the viewership shits on us so hard and it's so massive. Last week was not a good week for us.
Yeah.
8-8, 9-7.
We got a lot of threats, too, because of that.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we had people
These
who were
people
like,
know nothing.
yeah, we had people who put like an entire like 14-leg parlay and picked every single game off of what we said. And they're,
Yeah,
excuse me, and they're
had
like,
two of them,
yeah,
and
and
both of
they're
us.
like, I lost everything because of you
Yeah.
guys. And we're like,
Yeah.
we try to tell you we're not gambling experts. We're right most of the time.
And talking about parlays, the first parlay of the week, so close to being so spectacular. But Geno Smith and whoever bad yet ripped it out of our hands late in the game.
They failed us. But what else do we expect?
I saw that backup quarterback for the Bears, whatever college he went to, his last college start, like he lost to Colorado of Mines or something like that. Like they were the mining association
Dude,
associated with Colorado, and he ran for 9 times for like negative 47 yards.
it was so funny that it was like when he came in and the red zone was like they popped to that game live and they're like, Justin Fields is out of the game. And the first play they show is him just getting wrecked for that
Dog,
fumbled six.
absolutely. And homeboy at the end just chucks it up. Chucked it up. No situational awareness. I thought he was about to get it done though. Like my heart was pounding. I was like, first parlay of the week, we're gonna nail the 3-legger because Geno took him down to the 4, and then I really thought they were gonna get it in, so I just like stopped paying attention.
I feel like
But
if
then
you're a
like
Bears
back to
fan,
back.
this is like your like sign that you were never destined to actually be good. Because like the moment like Justin Fields seems to kind of start turning it around, he gets hurt, and then now your team's just right back where you left off.
Yeah, no. That was brutal. He got
It was.
It was real brutal watching him go down, especially with money on him. I was
If
like,
only
oh
he could have
fuck.
gone down
I
a
was
week
like,
earlier.
of course, man.
Yeah.
Finally bet on this guy. And he just absolutely gets hurt.
So annoying. All right.
Yeah.
Shall we start? Shall we fire up the picks?
Absolutely. First
What do we got?
game in the 1 o'clock window. Talking about the Bears. 2 backup quarterbacks going at it this week. Raiders at Bears.
Raiders at Bears. The battle of backup quarterbacks, right? I don't think Jimmy Garoppolo is playing either.
Jimmy's not. He's not playing.
Yeah, so it's a tough one. tough one because you have two just unknown quantity. Who is it? Brian Hoyer starting for the Raiders, right?
It's either Hoyer or like Stidham or something like that.
No, Stidham's in Denver. I think it's
Oh,
the rookie that they
Yeah,
started against the Chargers.
yeah, that guy. I thought
Yeah,
his name
who
was Stidham.
sucked. I'm pretty sure it's Brian Hoyer. Brian Hoyer's playing for him. So I'm going to go Raiders. I think in games like this where you're missing two key players and the two starting quarterbacks, you usually go with the talent that surrounds them. And the Raiders offense has a decent amount of firepower, enough for Brian Hoyer to be able to deal with it. The Bears have nothing really on either side of the ball that piques your interest except for DJ Moore. So I'm going to go Raiders win in a handled victory, but not a big victory. I'm going to go 21-6 Raiders.
Yeah, I had a lot of the same thoughts. I was kind of up in the air in this one because, like, once again, you don't know what you got with either quarterback. And I don't know. The Bears defense kind of looked decent last week to me. I mean, the wide receivers for the Vikings have more I feel like they're talented, like KJ Osborne and Addison, even without Jefferson. But they were able to kind of shut down that offense. But I'm gonna go with the Raiders too, just because of Josh Jacobs and Devontae Adams. So I got them winning a close one, 19-17.
All right, then.
It's gonna be a weird one.
A nail biter.
It's gonna be a weird one.
Definitely, something strange is going to happen in that game.
Yeah, for sure. Nothing normal is happening there.
Yeah. There's going to be like a touchback out of the end of the end zone or something like that. Fumble.
Yeah, exactly. Moving on. Lions at Ravens. The Ravens are favorited in this game. Shocks us both, I think, that the Ravens are favorited because the Lions have been just clearly. I think they're honestly the second best team in the NFC right now. So I'm going to take the Lions. I think it's going to be close just because Baltimore seems to always play close games. It's going to be 27-24 Lions.
Yeah. Yeah, shocking that the Lions are the underdog in this game. I wonder if it's because the Ravens won last week and just because of the fact that they're the home team, so maybe it kind of gives this kind of push mentality. But Ravens haven't had any game this year where I watched and I was like, that is an impressive team. It looks like a team that is kind of posing as a good team, but is really a middling, borderline, not great team. Yeah, I think the Lions are going to win this game. I think they have taken big steps each week defensively, and offensively they have been pretty steady and being very good each week this year. Excuse me. And
you're excused.
I think David Montgomery, although we wish him a speedy recovery, David Montgomery being out and being able to use Jahmyr Gibbs a little bit more, you're being forced to use Jahmyr Gibbs more, I think this team will actually be brought to another level. So I have the Raiders winning 28 – or Raiders. I have the Lions winning 28-17. And that last touchdown is like a pick six thrown or something by Lamar at the very last second.
That would make sense. That would make sense for sure. Lamar don't try much. But yeah, Jared Goff playing MVP level football right now. Like, it's been one of the best quarterbacks in the league, maybe the best statistically right now. But so let's keep it moving though. Commanders at Giants,
and they're getting Jameson Williams back, or they've had Jameson Williams, and he's just getting fired back up here. He looked pretty good.
He caught a touchdown last week. Yeah, caught a nice bomb. Commanders at Giants. I'll let you go first. It's your team.
All right. I also want to put a disclaimer out there. If anybody hears me breathing on the mic, It's because I have a cold and I can't breathe out of my fucking nose. So I keep seeing like the volume meter go up every time I breathe, and I'm like, does it just sound like Darth Vader's on the other line? But Commanders Giants. I'm going Commanders reluctantly, to be honest, because this feels like one of those games that we go into.
One of those Bears games.
Yeah, exactly, where it's like it seems like it should be a pretty easy win for us, but we never really perform in the Meadowlands. And I kind of honestly worry about Tyrod. Not that like
Is he
Tyrod's gonna
playing?
yeah, it's not Daniel Jones, and
Damn,
it's
I
not
might have
even
to
that
switch the
Tyrod
pick.
Taylor. What's that?
I said I might have to switch the pick then. No, I'm joking.
It's not even that Tyrod is that great. It's that he is that much better of a game manager than Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
That he's able to kind of figure out what is needed to do to just keep the offense afloat. And Saquon, whether it's because he's trying to get this team to win or because he's auditioning for other teams because there's a decent chance he gets traded at the trade deadline, I don't know if I trust the Commanders to be able to contain him enough, even though they did a really good job with Bijan Robinson last week. That being said, the Giants' offensive line is terrible. If the Commanders' defensive line is going to be what we need them to be down the stretch, they need to dominate this game. And the offense needs to take another step as well against a decent but not great Giants defense. And Howell needs to figure out the sack situation. He is on pace to absolutely shatter the sack record set by David Carr. He needs to get it on point. This is a good game to do so. Last game would have been a good game to do so, and the game before that would have been as well. But
Maybe
again,
your
third time's the
O-line's
charm.
just bad.
Yeah. Third time is the charm, though. So he'll get the sacks right this time. I'm going to call it. He only has 2 sacks in this game. The Commanders win 20-10. 2013, we'll go. 2013.
Honestly, I think you guys are probably going to roll this game. Might just jinx you here. Knock on wood for me. Last time we said this, it didn't go well. We agreed on the Commanders 2 weeks ago. Didn't go well. So just putting that out there. But I got your offense like going wild. I think Eric Bieniemy has been great for you guys, and that offense is like improved every week. Besides that Bears week, just forget about that. Just
throw it out.
That's a week you just that's a week you just throw out the tape, and you're like, hey, we're not playing this bad ever
on
again.
To the next,
hopefully,
on to Cincinnati. Yeah.
Exactly. So I got the Commanders winning 31-10. Tyrod doesn't provide enough of a spark for that lack of talent on that offense. Besides Saquon, like even Darren Waller hasn't looked good this year. And he was supposed to be like something special, you know?
Yeah.
Giants fans
could have had
hyped.
his breakout moment as a Giant last week too, with that pass interference call there in the end zone.
Yeah.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
No, my dude on the radio with me was telling me this is a Darren Waller legacy game about to happen
Against the
this
Commanders?
week. So, yeah.
We'll see. We shall see. Jamin
I hope
Davis is
he's
going to
wrong.
lock him up. Yeah. It's time for our linebacking core to step up.
Locked down. We stole your linebacker, Cole Holcomb.
I know.
Falcons at
and
Bucks.
we replace him with fucking Cody Barton. All right, move on.
Falcons at Bucks. I am rolling with my boy Baker and the Bucks. They beat these mediocre teams, but anyone else, any like quality team, they're not gonna beat. I've realized that they're not gonna beat quality teams. But the Falcons are a mediocre team. They're nothing special. They have big question mark at quarterback in my eyes. I mean, Bijan's great, but like he still hasn't had a rushing touchdown this year. So put it on your parlay this week, rushing touchdown Bijan. But The Bucs are going to win this in a close one, 24-21. Their defense is just too good. They're going to confuse Desmond Ridder all day.
Yeah, the Bucs defense is really good. It was kind of a weird game that they had last week, where it was like close the whole time, and then it slowly just started getting out of hand. Who did they lose to last week? Was it the Rams?
It was the Lions.
The Lions, that's right. Yeah, not the Rams. But yeah, I mean, they played well. The first half was a close one. Yeah, I got the Bucs winning this one. Not a pretty game at all. The Falcons are
Baker
a team.
just does enough.
Yeah, he just gets it done.
Yeah.
The Falcons are a team that is like they're just full of names, you know. Like they have Bijan Robinson, they have Kyle Pitts, like they're the all-time Drake London. Like they have all these big-time draft names that we've heard big things about, and then when you actually watch them, you're like, they're not doing anything. Like Bijan Robinson is playing.
Has been a big disappointment for like 3 years now. Like Drake London is kind of getting it going a little bit now, but like
yeah, I mean Drake London's okay,
invisible.
But based off of those names, like they got three of the biggest names the draft had to offer as far as offensive skill position, and Bijan Robinson's been good so far. He's had that a few highlight reel kind of plays, but
dude, I keep seeing those clips like from the air and. One of them, he did literally like nothing. He didn't juke out, like he juked someone out from like 5 yards away, but like all he had to do was cut, and they were like, "Oh my god,
look at this! Look at this expensive camera that they put in the Mercedes-Benz Dome, or whatever." But yeah, the Falcons, a lot of bark, no bite, and this may be just a problem of like if they get the quarterback situation figured out, that they could actually be decent. Yeah. But from what I've seen, it's just always just been unimpressive. The defense is good. The Falcons' defense is specifically their secondary is very good. There's a lot of plays where they're getting a lot of coverage sacks. So that's something to look out for, specifically with somebody like Baker. But I'm on the same wavelength as you as far as like Baker does just enough to get it done. And I'm going to go 17-13. Bucs win.
Yeah, Bucs they'll beat the mediocre teams. Like that is my take on the Bucs.
They'll give their fan base just enough hope
to win against everyone that's a 9-8 team and below. But anything above that, they're like, oh, maybe not. We're not gonna win today. The Browns at the Colts. Another back up duel. You got PJ Walker versus Gardner Minshew. I'm gonna roll with the Browns here just because that defense has been an all-time so far throughout this season. Through the first 6 weeks, they have been all-time great level defense. So, and I don't think Gardner's gonna be able to really do anything against them. Maybe if they are able to get like Jonathan Taylor going or like Zach Moss going, they might have a little bit of offense. But I'm rolling with the Browns 2017 in this one.
Yeah, I think the Browns defense, I mean, they've been elite all year, but last week when they went against the other best defense in the league and were able to outduel them with a worse quarterback, it kind of put them really on the map as the best defense in the league. And if you have the best defense in the league, you can win any game at all, no matter who is on your offensive side of the ball. So, yeah, I'm going to go Browns as well. I'm betting on the Browns this week as well, too, so they better not let me down. Not going to be a pretty one. I'm going to go 17-7. Browns win.
Like it. Yeah, it's not going to be pretty at all. Another one of those games where weird shit is probably going to happen.
Yeah.
And
yeah, where the Colts are like within striking distance, like one touchdown from going ahead the entire game, and they're just never able to
just
even
can't
get
past the 50.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Same wavelength. I like it.
We're becoming one.
Something we're not going to be on the same wavelength with. Bills at Patriots. I'll let you open up. I'll close this down.
I'm going to go Bills. I think the Patriots, as we talked about last week, are Bill Belichick is riding into the sunset right now. Patriots are a mess. I know they're going with Bailey Zappi to try and get some kind of spark. Mac Jones has looked horrendous. Patriots, I think, are
Are they
still
rolling
living.
with him, actually?
Who?
Bailey Zappi, they're rolling with him this week?
Are they? I thought they were.
No, I'm pretty sure Matt Jones is going to start.
Mac Jones is starting.
I thought so. Let's check this out. I think he's on a short leash, is what
How
I've
much
been
shorter
hearing.
of a leash can he be on?
I don't know. Now,
Anyway. All right,
yeah, he remains the quarterback.
Okay. So, we can cut that part out then. Mac Jones, regardless of who's starting for them, the Bills or the Patriots are still living under the reputation that Bill Belichick holds about 5 years ago, and it has been long gone. They had that one season where they competed in the AFC East and then got their doors blown off in the playoffs, and ever since then it has been a clown show. And it's just going to be more of a clown show this week. Bills are going to be upset with how they handled last week, I think. I got the Bills winning this game big time. I'm going to go 28-6. Bills win.
Yeah. Definitely can happen. Most people are going to see this being a blowout. Most people are. But this is going to be my hottest take yet so far. In a 27-24 Patriots victory, but it's going to start bad. I'm calling my shot like I'm Babe Ruth. The Patriots are going to fall down. They're going to fall down 7 first drive touchdown Bills. Matt Jones is going to throw a pick six or something. It's going to be 14-0. Uh-oh. Who's that coming off the bench? It's your boy Bailey Zappi coming in down 14-0. And then the Patriots are going to ride the wave of Bailey Zappi's mania. He's just last year when he played, their offense was better. Like he had a couple of 30-point games, I think, last year when he was playing. So
I recall he had that one
gonna
drive specifically on that Monday night game where he drove down the field. I think he threw a touchdown pass to Jacoby Myers, and everybody was going insane. And then after that, it was just over.
Well, as soon as Mac healed up last year, they went back to him. But Bailey Zappi was clearly the better one in my eyes. I think he still is. I also think remember when the Bills were bad and the Patriots were the dynasty, and the Bills every couple years would somehow sneak a win, or it was every year for a little bit there where the Ryan Fitzpatrick would somehow get a dub against the Patriots. So I think it's going to be one of those games. Also, the Bills defense has a weakness, and it is in the run game. The Bills defense has been dog shit at stopping the run this year. They're second worst in every statistic. So, hottest take so far right now. I could look absolutely dumb, but you got to do it for the views sometimes. Patriots 27-24.
There we go. And that pick alone just got us 2 million views. Cole picks the Patriots over the Bills and Bailey Zappi's coming out game, part 2.
Yes.
There we go. It could happen. You never know. I mean, Bill Belichick always has something up his sleeve, so maybe this is the last trick.
Maybe he'll just run it the whole game again against the Bills.
Exactly, and throw it 3 times or whatever it was. That game was crazy. Do you remember seeing the pregame footage of that? And Tyler Bass was trying to kick a field goal, and it was literally blown back to him.
God, ever since that game, people point to that game as the game that ruined Mac Jones, because ever since that game, his stats just went from decent to terrible.
Could have been. He might have been ruined before that, and then just like
He
was
might have been.
a
They were
polished
babying him.
turd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. We in the 4 o'clock window now?
Yes, we are. 2, the Cards and the Seahawks. And I think this is going to be another like normal Cardinals game. They're going to keep it close for a while. And then the Seahawks are going to pull away in the fourth quarter. And then the Cardinals will like strike at the very end to pull it within one score. So I'm going to go Seahawks here just because, the Cardinals are the Cardinals. They're going to keep it close, but they're never going to win anything unless it's the Cowboys. Seahawks over them 34-27. Rebound for Geno this week. Rebound. He needs it.
A get-right game for Geno.
Yeah. Perfect team to draw after that last week.
Absolutely. Sorry, my phone charger was in the trash can.
It happens. Sometimes the phone charger somehow ends up in the trash can.
Yeah, I think the Seahawks win this game. It's a feisty one, divisional matchup. Cardinals have been feisty all year. It's been impressive, honestly, what the Cardinals were able to do. Is Kyler playing this week or no? Is it still? He returned to practice. I don't think he's playing now.
I don't think he's playing. Honestly, trade Kyler if I'm them. Just do the rebuild thing again.
I think they might
for them.
But I am curious to see if Kyler ends up playing, what this team looks like. If they're able to actually compete, which would be interesting. But Jonathan Gannon's done a decent job with this team, opposed to what many people thought he was going to do. But yeah, I think the Seahawks. Who drove to work today?
Bombs.
Who took the bus?
Who takes the bus? They're all millionaires.
Yeah. You can see all the faces out there just like, what are we doing? But after that, he's been very good.
That got him motivated. It seemed to work.
It did, yeah. It seemed for some reason. They were like, talk about public transportation, and we're fucking balling.
No, I saw something that was like, I saw something that did like the coach's job if they weren't a head coach in football, and Jonathan Gannon's was on the Impractical Jokers.
Yeah, like helping out with Impractical Jokers. I saw Nick Sirianni. It was like coaches like kids baseball, but gets like way too into it or something like that.
Because he lost his high school state bond championship.
Yeah. I'm going to go, Seahawks win this game. Doesn't feel good for them, though. I'm going to go 24-20 Seahawks.
All right. Now to the game. Oh, this one doesn't feel good for me. There's a bad feeling in my stomach. Steelers.
Bad juju.
At Rams. Bad juju, but I do think we're going to be able to get it done. I'm rolling with us. We got a bye week. Mike Tomlin he's like the second best coach in the league off a bye week, record-wise.
Who's number one, Andy Reid?
Yeah, Andy Reid is number one. So I'm going to roll with the Steelers here. The Rams stadium is going to be like all black and yellow. That we travel well, and the away team seems to always have a home game there, so you just know it's going to be worse when it's the Steelers. So, going with us, another close one. Going to probably win it on a game-winning drive again. 24-21 Steelers. Our defense is going to force another couple turnovers. That's how we have to win games. Need those turnovers.
You need J.J. Watt to score 2 touchdowns. Or T.J. Watt to score 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I think Steelers are going to win this game. Not a fun one to watch at all. In fact, it'll probably be infuriating to watch. I'm going to say a 16-13 Steelers win.
Dud, what's the over-under on the fire Canada chance in LA?
I could
see
it
that happening. I could see it happening.
It will happen. I don't think there's any doubt about it. There's no such thing as a home game in LA for either the Chargers or the Rams. Like, it's all just both of their games are always just the away fans.
How demoralizing is it when you're the OC and you're on an away game and you're like, oh, finally, I can get away from the home fans chanting fire me. And then they're
And
there,
just,
I'm fired, chanting.
he's just like, shut the fuck up. Just
Like,
yelling at him
he
from the
probably
fucking
hears it
booth.
when he's going to
Yeah.
bed. He's probably like, oh.
He's chanting at himself in bed, like he's sleep talking.
Oh, man. What a terrible fucking
It is
coach.
crazy.
All right, moving on, though, because I can't focus too much or else I'll get mad. Chargers at Chiefs. You can go first.
You know, the Chiefs, I feel like, have been playing with their food the past few weeks.
Yeah.
And the Chargers have a tendency to win games that they really have no business winning. They also lose games that they have no business losing. But I think the Chargers pull this one out. They play the Chiefs very, very well. Justin Herbert, I don't think, plays 2 bad games in a row. I have the Chargers winning this game in a close one, 31-27.
I have this game being real close. I actually do have the Chargers scoring 31 points also. But I'm rolling with the Chiefs. I think, is T Swift going to be there?
I don't know. It's honestly a
She,
complete spin of the barrel if she is or not.
she's probably going to be there again. Travis Kelce, like last year against the Chargers, that man had 5 total touchdowns in 2 games against the Chargers, and the one in LA he scored 3, and 2 of them were 40+ yard touchdowns. I think he's gonna have a crazy game again against the Chargers, and I think this is the first week the Chiefs' offense really looks like the Chiefs' offense. I have them winning 34-31 in a close one. The Chargers do play the Chiefs close, though, and I was kind of up in the air for a little bit there, but I just rolled with Mahomes. Yeah, I'm rolling with Mahomes because
you already took one gamble. You can't afford to take 2.
Yeah, no, I can't lose ground everywhere.
I agree with it. It could go either way. I just feel like I have a Charger fan friend who's always talking about how they play the Chiefs so tight. So
especially
I'm gonna have to,
since the Bills Patriots game was the only other game we disagreed on, have to roll safe here.
you gotta take what you can get.
Yeah. All right, Packers at Broncos. Another game I'm kind of up in the air about because both teams. I mean, Jordan Love has looked not so good the past couple weeks. Just absolutely terrible. That Raiders game was horrendous. 3 interceptions against what I still believe is a poor defense. But the Broncos also have just been straight ass cheats all year long. And last week, finally, their defense gives them something, and Russ reverts back to the let's ride Russ, where he does nothing. And so I'm going to go with the Packers here in the weirdest score, 18-17.
It probably is going to be something like that because Jordan Love looked
6 field goals.
Yeah, Jordan Love looked really, really bad against the Raiders. Maybe the bye week helps him out a little bit, but yeah, I think that the Broncos are completely mailing it in. I don't think that team believes in what Sean Payton is giving them at all. Russell Wilson's absolutely cooked. I'm going to go Packers win 20-16.
Yeah, another. Let me get this message out real quick, though. I saw Patrick Surtain is possibly on the trade block. So,
Which
Steelers,
is insane.
Go make that move. We did it with Tua. Not Tua. We did it with Minka a couple years back. Pulled in of Alabama stud. Do it again. Bring him in. That secondary needs help. Him, Joey P, and Minko on the backside. Ooh.
I feel like we got the best defense and the absolute worst offense you've ever seen in your
We
life.
need it. We need it though. We need it. Anything on defense because our offense will never do shit.
Yeah, I saw Sean Payton was like everybody on the roster is available at the right price, which is basically code word for like we are completely tanking this thing.
Give up our first round pick again. I don't give a shit. We don't even start our
He's
first
worth
round
a
picks,
first
it
round
turns
pick.
out.
He's
Yeah,
worth
he is.
multiple. Like he's
Yeah.
you know, it's basically it's
give up our
virtually
whole
drafting
draft.
him. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know. All right, what's our next one?
Sunday night football. Dolphins going to Philadelphia. Probably game of the week here. Either the Lions and Ravens are the game of the week, or this game is going to be game of the week. Dolphins, Eagles. I don't think the Eagles have the speed in the secondary to keep up with the Dolphins. And the Eagles' offense has been real questionable this year. I know the Dolphins' defense is also a question mark, but I'm going to roll with the speed, and I'm going to go with the Dolphins 38-24. Also, people were talking shit about Tua to Mike McDaniels this week. Did you see that clip where they were
he was like
asking
enough of
about
this? He was like, why does it matter or anything like that? Yeah.
So I think Tua's about to have one of those fucking insane games where he just throws for like 4 touchdowns. And then you got the speed in the backfield. Mostert's gonna store another touchdown. I mean, they're crazy. That offense is wild. I think it was like the first team since like 1960 to have like 15 passing touchdowns and 15 rushing touchdowns in like the first 6 games.
It is crazy. It's a lot like you got some greatest show on turf comparisons. I'm still skeptical of the Dolphins as far as like longevity is concerned and how they shape up against the rest of the AFC. But I do believe that this is going to be a bloodbath. I think the Eagles are
the bloodbath.
I'm going to say something pretty brazen here, and it might seem biased coming from a Commanders fan. But if you looked at the Eagles' schedule last year and who they beat, you would also think like, they never really got truly tested. Like they never really were like truly put to it,
until the Super Bowl.
Yeah, exactly. And they did play a good game. It was possible then they would have won. But this year is true in the fact that they have not gotten tested. And I think Jalen Hurts is playing way below what they need him to play in order to win games. And I think the Dolphins are too talented. And like I said last podcast, like you said a few minutes ago, excuse me, I just keep burping. That the speed on the Dolphins offense is way too much for this Eagles secondary to overcome. They're an aging secondary. They're kind of a weakness in a way that I don't think they thought there was going to be that weakness there. Darius Slay's getting old. James Bradbury isn't really getting old, but he's starting to lose a step. And I just think there's too much speed on that Dolphins team for them to keep up with. I think this is going to be a rough one for them. I think it's going to be 31-13. That's my final score for them.
Oh. Oof. See,
let's go 38.
I only think it's going to be
38-13. 38-13.
Damn, an absolute stomping. See, I gave the Eagles offense more points just because the Dolphins defense hasn't really been that good this year, Like their offense is like the best offense in the league, clearly. Like speed wise, and like play wise, I also think they draw up the best plays. Like their coach is clearly just the most offensive genius in the league right now.
So funny too. I love Mike. He makes you feel like you could be
he's a stud.
Like anybody could be a head coach. Like he just seems like such a normal guy.
He's an absolute stud. Also, I think the Eagles really are missing their 2 coordinators that left them. Both sides of the ball haven't looked like as good as last year, especially on offense. That's the dude that went to the Cardinals, and they've been staying in games. So I mean,
Yeah, Shane
I think he's
Steichen went to
actually
Indy.
kind of a good coach.
Yeah, I mean, you had Shane Steichen for the offense. He went up to Indy, and then Jonathan Gannon went down to the Cardinals. Now, I know for a fact Eagles fans were not terribly upset to lose Jonathan Gannon. They were actually I think that it was a case
I know
of.
they were.
Yeah, it's like a case of like you don't know what you have until it's gone. And I think they thought he was so bad because the teams were scoring. And it's like teams always score in the NFL. It's just a matter of like limiting that. And, but yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. That's a really unique situation when you lose your coordinators on both sides of the ball. That like rarely, if ever, happens. And will the Eagles eventually right the ship? Probably. But right now, I think it's tough sledding for them the next few weeks, and this is just the beginning of it.
They're missing that dude that comes into the locker room and is like, "Who's at the bus here today?"
Just coming in trying to find metro tickets. Who took the
Like,
train?
who rode their scooter? A bike? Walked?
Who's got a Lime scooter on them? Who let their mom drive them to school today?
Rollerblade? Monday Night Football, 49ers at Vikings. Is Christian McCaffrey going to play?
I don't think so, right? It's an oblique injury. I think I've heard multiple weeks for him.
Damn, that's brutal for my fantasy team. I'm still rolling with the 49ers. Is Samuel going to play?
I'm not sure. Let me take a look.
God damn, if they're both not going to play.
This is the casual part of the podcast where we're kind of like doing the work as we get on instead of doing the pre-show or anything like that. We're just like, I don't know if he's playing or not. Let me take a look. Like in the middle of it. So Deebo Samuel is out.
Damn.
And then
hold up. Oh, man.
McCaffrey is
Nah, I'm going to go with the 49ers. I'm still going to roll with the 49ers. I think Vikings have a serious turnover issue, and they have yet to fix it. So I think their defense is going to be able to create a lot of short fields to the point where, like, doesn't matter if McCaffrey and Samuel aren't playing. Hopefully Ayuk has a big game. I have him on my fantasy team, but I think Purdy's going to try to bounce back after, all the haters were kind of proved a little bit right last week. Faced a challenge, and just absolutely shat the bed. 79 total yards passing.
Embarrassing.
It's just that's
absolutely
like 1945 stats. That's like World War II stats.
Should have given him a leatherhead. Yeah, I'm going with the Niners just for the simple fact that I don't see them losing 2 games in a row. Vikings kind of have a little juice right now. They've beaten 2 bad teams, so it shouldn't be too much. And they're still missing Jefferson. And their defense is so bad that Niners offense should very easily be able to overcome the loss of at least Deebo Samuel. I think McCaffrey might go a little bit just based off of what I read. But yeah, I think it's closer than it seems. So I'm going to go Niners win 20 to I'm going to go 24-21. 24-21 Niners.
They got to have McCaffrey play. He needs that consecutive weeks with the touchdown continued.
Yeah, got to keep it rolling.
All
right, so that is our Pick'ems week. And Thursday night, we both obviously picked the Jags, right?
We did. We want to count that, but wasn't under further review. The fans don't know.
Exactly. I think we may have said something about that game in the last podcast. I'm not sure. But Jags won. Trevor Lawrence was hurt, but looked pretty good. I won $50 from the game, so I was pretty happy.
That's what's up. What's up.
Baseball playoffs.
Talking about
Phillies are playing right now.
Baseball playoffs.
Should we just cover it briefly? We'll just do a little brief overview. Phillies are winning right now 2-0 in Game 5. Looking to take the lead going back to Citizens Bank Park. I still think they win that series.
What the fuck?
Houston is working their hardest. I'm going to keep talking because he walked away from the camera,
Yeah,
but
you
I'm just going
keep
to keep
talking.
going.
I don't know what just happened.
I think the Phillies winning that series. Rangers and Astros, the Rangers are doing their hardest to keep my prediction alive. That once they lost a game, that they would not win another one. They have now lost 3 consecutive games to the Astros. Last
We're
one in a
losing the next
heartbreaking
one.
fashion. And I think that they will get knocked out, the kiss of death given by the Houston Astros.
I think you're completely right there. Because, like, their chance was last night. Like, if they win that game, they might win the series. But that Jose Altuve bomb, like, the demoralization, like, I think they might get smoked this next game. Like, come out just getting smoked.
They're not going to know what to do either. They only have really, like, 2 players in Marcus Semien and Corey Seager who really have, like, a lot of playoff experience. And, yeah, I think it's over. Houston's going to win. I think we got a Houston-Philly rematch, which is it's a very rare in baseball that you get a rematch like that.
I know. That is weird.
So it's it'll be interesting. And I think the Phillies get the best of this one, as I've said. So.
Still cheering for my Diamondbacks, please.
It's always go O's. I'm trying to see what
There's always go O's, but
always go O's, but go Phils.
Closest team to my O's are the D-backs, so I'm rolling with the D-backs.
All right, so we will see you guys again on Tuesday night. We're going to be
hold up. Parlay of the week.
Parlay of the week. What am I doing? I can't close without that.
Yeah,
hit us
off. Money lines once again. The 3 teams. I'm guaranteeing this week it's gonna hit. I promise you. Last week, 1 away. Lions slamming it against the Ravens. I have no doubts about that. Dolphins, another one I'm really confident in. No doubts about that. This one, a little questionable, but I'm rolling with them. They're off the bye week. Mike Tomlin, once again, really good. Steelers. So if you do those 3 teams, $10, $117 is your payout. And if you're feeling frisky, once again, the frisky bet of the week is when I was up in the air with Falcons at Bucks. I am going with the Bucks. If you take them, it will also make it $217. So you got $100 if you take the Bucks.
$217.
The parlay of the week.
$217. That could be big time, especially going into the holiday season. A little extra cash in the bank there for mom and dad gifts. You gotta like it.
Absolutely.
A little extra for the misses there.
I'm feeling pretty confident with this one. I do like it, but it was a hard week, honestly, choosing the parlay because, like, a lot of these teams are, like, very even.
Yeah.
Like, the matchups are very even.
Yeah, there's, like, in general this year, there's, like, no team that's really, like, sticking out as, like, a really, really good team. Like, you have good teams, obviously, but a lot of them are, like, it's very close, which I guess is what you want. A lot of parity.
It is the most parity. I've been saying that. It's the most parity I've seen in a while.
Parity everywhere, dude. Just fucking parity here, parity there. Poverty here, poverty there. All right. Before this thing gets too out of hand, I'm Andy Palm.
I'm Cole Dennis.
We are the Professional Casual Fans. It's been another successful episode.
Like PDF.
Maybe our best episode yet. Had a few casual moments, a lot of professional moments, and just a ton of fan moments. And a bunch of podcast moments. And that's like what we're looking for.
Professional Casual Fans.
We're just covering all the bases. Yes. We'll see you guys next Tuesday. We are going to try our best to be on a schedule. Tuesday, Thursday. This week, we dropped the ball. Thursday, Saturday. But, you know, you can't always get what you want.
It's fine. Yeah. The casual, we got thrown off a couple weeks back. That 1 week we got thrown off. I like that week we did 3. That was a nice little week we had there. We were
Nice little bump.
professional there. That was our professional week. Most professional week, I think.
Our goal should be 2 episodes a day. We're gonna put out 10 episodes a week.
A week, yeah.
We're actually gonna just do a 24/7 news cycle. We're just gonna be sitting here
We're
for
gonna start
the rest
reporting on hard news.
Yeah.
We're gonna be break the nets of Watergate.
We're just gonna each have police monitors for where we are in the country, and just report whatever's going on in our town. So,
Absolutely.
speaking of our town, though, in Westminster, Maryland, greatest city in the world. I was driving home last night from the concert. There was 2 cars flipped over on the other side of the road, right in front of the scenic view motel or whatever.
The scenic view,
right on 140. There was 2 cars flipped in their parking lot.
Holy shit!
I don't know what happened.
What happened?
I don't know.
In their parking
lot? Isn't that crazy? Yeah.
Right, they were probably doing like burnouts or something. Rolled.
Yeah. There was no ambulances. I was like, all right, so some kind of bullshit just happened. But, yeah. Some kind of tomfoolery just took place. But yeah. Anyway, all right. That is our episode. Thank you guys for watching.
We'll leave you with that story.
Yeah, there you
go.
Don't
flip your cars.
Stay away from the scenic view. Peace.